The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, I'm Donta.
And hey, I'm Dana.
And welcome to the Donta Show.
What's up, Village? It's your boy Kwame, the man with the plan behind the stands. I'm going to go ahead and make this quick because some of y'all got mouths and be talking mess in the comments and saying that the intro commercial is too long. So, I got something for you. Here we go. Let's get into it. Before we bring out these awesome kings, I need you to stop what you're doing. Excuse me? Excuse me? Ma'am? Sir? You? Yeah, you! Whether you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, I need you to go ahead and share this live stream. Donta and Dana didn't get all dressed up for you not to share their melanated goodness. So share. You share everything else up in here. Share some quality content for your boys. Now that we mentioned YouTube, are you subscribed to the Donta Show's YouTube? Oh, you're not? Oh, girl. I'm going to need y'all to get it together. Join the village. Go over to www.youtube.com/Donta Morrison. And when you get a chance, head over to Dr. Morrison's. That's right, your boy got his PhD. Head over to Dr. Donta Morrison's website, www.DontaMorrison.com, where you can learn more about the man, the myth, the legend known as Donta. And while you're at it, grab some TDS merch and his books. Yes, purchase those smutty books filled with smut. Grab The End of the Rainbow and Yesterday Clarified. And last but not least, head over to the company that put this all together, Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a proactive network focused on providing an innovative space for content creators and entrepreneurs. PMN is dedicated to giving its viewers a diverse entertainment experience while helping content creators elevate their production, engagement, and overall branding. To date, PMN has reached over 1 million viewers and listeners internationally, produced over 52 successful shows with high ratings and fanfare, and has housed over 60 content creators, brands, and businesses through entertainment and consulting services exclusive to PMN. Pyro Media Network is a network that makes you feel at home. So if you have an idea for a show, podcast, or need some professional video and audio production for your business or brand, then join the Pyro family today. Go ahead and visit www.pyromedianetwork.com and we will show you how to go to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome my brothers from another mother, the dynamic duo, the melanated kings themselves, Donta and Dana. Let's get it. Let's go!
What up, Village? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another edition of the Donta Show. I am your host, Dr. Donta Morrison, and I'm here to entertain you for the next 60 minutes. So come on in, invite your friends, family, cousins, and loved ones, and let's chop it up on tonight. Again, a very special guest, my boy Walt B, is going to join me on tonight to talk about his new show that is launching on Pyro Media Network. But before I bring on Walt, I want to make sure everybody is good. So let me check the temperature of my people. Village, how you feeling? What's up, Sean Degree? Where you been, baby mama? Where you been? Where's Asia? Asia ain't been on here in a cool little minute, but I'm good to see you on here, sis. So Sean Degree Hill, I'm glad that you are back into the village. So how's the village doing on tonight? How y'all feeling? How was your Tuesday? Matter of fact, how was your Monday? I know every single day we cannot take for granted. We ought to just look up and say, man, thank you. I am still here. I made it another day. And if you have not been able to look up and say thank you, do yourself a favor, look up right now and just say thank you. Don't look down. Stop walking around with your head all hung low. Today might have been a bad day. Tomorrow might be worse. But guess what? It is going to get better. I can't promise you that, but I can assure you that it's going to get better. And oftentimes, thanks to social media and the amount of things that's being shared, we can always scroll across somebody's life who is worse than ours. That's not to brag. That's not to laugh. That's not to clown. But if you look at what other people are going through and then look back at your life, look at their life, look back at your life, you'll kind of wipe your forehead and be like, whoo, that ain't my story. And I thank God I'm in a better place than them. You know, sad but true. And I posted a thing last week, and I talked about people that always try to out trauma the next person. You know, and out traumaing somebody is like when you're met somebody and you tell them what you're going through, and they like, child, that ain't nothing like what I'm going through. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop trying to out trauma me. Stop trying to outdo my problem, my struggle. Stop trying to outdo what I'm dealing with. Just let me bask in my moment of misery. I'm not going to stay here long, but don't battle me. Don't battle me for miserable life. All right, just let me just rock right here where I'm at. I'm going to come out of it, but I don't need you coming comparing your tragedy to my tragedy, and we're going to just be like, well, let me see whose is worse. But there are people out there like that. They'll look at what you're going through, and they'll whoop over to you like Schlep Rock from Charlie Brown, just covered in this dark cloud and say, yeah, your day was bad, but let me tell you what I went through. It's like, yeah, but compared to what I'm going through or how I'm feeling, your bad ain't nothing. I can deal with your bad. So let me have my bad. You have your bad. We can do bad together, but we got different kind of bads. All right. So people that out traumatize somebody. Do you know anybody that tries to out traumatize you, that tries to outdo you, that tries to have tops on your situation? You know, what you going through is bad, but guess what I'm doing? Guess what I'm healing from? I got a bullet right here in my neck. It's been there for 21 years, and it's sitting right here. I'm just saying. But we are still here in the land of the living, and albeit every single day may have drama, may have struggle, may have something, we are still here. We have another opportunity to make it better. And speaking of things that have gone better, have y'all heard about Adnan Syed? And he is free. He has been in jail for, I think, 22 years. He's been in jail for 22 years, and the judge turned over his sentencing on today. Was it today or yesterday? One of those days, whatever the case may be, he ain't in jail no more. And I'm sure he has given God, Allah, whoever, thanks and praise for that. Yes, they overturned the ruling, but he spent 22 years behind bars for clearly a crime that he did not commit. And I always think about how many other folks are in jail right now, dealing and suffering and all that kind of stuff behind a crime they did not commit. And it makes you question even more our criminal justice system. It makes you question who really is guilty, who should be behind bars, who should not be behind bars, who was wrongfully imprisoned, who needs to be released. That's a huge fight. Some of us are not built for the long haul on that. I know I'm not. I'm not a lawyer. I don't have the wherewithal for law. I don't have the wherewithal for politics. It is not within me. But I know there are people out there who are fighting diligently and daily for people who have been wrongfully incarcerated, who are in jail right now for crimes they did not commit. But kudos to that brother for being released after serving 22 years. And the thing about that, when you think about somebody that's wrongfully in prison, that is sitting in jail, each day they are in jail, that is a day they cannot get back. So, albeit this brother is free after 20 some odd years, that is 20 some odd years of his life that he will never get back. He will never get those free years back. He will never get to experience a lot of things that he might have experienced within those 20 years. He will never get that back. So, prayerfully, will he get paid for those 22 years? That's one thing. But prayerfully, on the other side of this tragedy, this experience he endured, there is a golden coin, there is a ring, there is a light that is going to really elevate him to another level where he can just live his best life in his latter years. All right. So for those who are first-time viewers of the Donta Show, welcome. I am glad that you are here. The Donta Show is all about blackness. I love black people. I love being black. I love the black experience. Blickety, blickety, black. I don't care if you are light-skinned or dark-skinned. If you are black, you are good with me. All right. So if you are a first-time viewer or this is your repeat watch, but you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the Donta Show. Your boy's trying to get the numbers up, and it will cost you absolutely nothing to do so. So youtube.com/Donta Morrison. Click that subscribe button, and you'll be notified every single time I go live. Every single time my face appears on this screen, you're going to get something in your email or some kind of chime or chirp saying, hey, Donta's live. You better get on up over there. All right. And if you are here for my special guest, Walt B, on tonight, get up in them comments and say, yo, I'm here for Walt B. Thanks for having my boy on the show. I can't wait to hear what Walt B is talking about. Walt is my man, 100%, 100 grand. It's all about me and Walt. All right. So Walt B is on tonight. He's going to talk about his show that is going to soon be released on, I believe, Pyro Media Network. Am I right? Is he another Pyro family member? Welcome to the Fam Bam, Walt. He's going to have a show that's launching. He's going to talk about his show. We're going to dive into some other topics, and he's really much going to lead the way. I'm going to sit behind Walt and be like, Walt, what you want to talk about? Because I can flow. I can go with you, bro. I can go with you. So let's get into it. It is now 8:12 and time for our special guest on tonight, the man, the myth, the legend, Walt B. or Walter Bernard.
Hey, Donta, how you doing?
What it do, Fam Bam? I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. It's been a while since I've been on this show. It's been almost a year.
It might have been. I know you. Have you been on once or twice?
Once.
Okay,
Once.
yeah. And so it's been about a year. It's been about a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you came.
Yeah.
You shook the table. You ruffled some feathers.
I did.
But you here.
He shooketh the table.
He shook the table. So hey, let's get into it, man. I'm ready.
Absolutely. So, first off, I want to thank you for having me.
For sure.
Absolutely. This is a privilege. But as you mentioned, I'm coming to the Pyro Media family. Shout out to all of you all and your excellence and your Black excellence. It's just been so amazing. Sitting back watching you all's promos and stuff, I was like, I got to get a piece of that. That has to be sprinkled over here. And so we were able to make this happen. And I'll be launching next Monday.
I love it.
Right before your show. So if you get here early, you can check out the WaltBConnection, and then you can just stay tuned and watch the Donta Show.
Right. It's like Shonda Rhimes used to have Thursday nights locked up on ABC.
Yeah.
You do your Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder, all that kind of stuff. So log in to Power on Monday at 7:00.
Right.
And rock with us up until 9:00.
Period.
It's just 2 hours. It's just 2 hours.
That's it. Get your
you're not only supporting a Black media company, but you're also supporting two Black brothers. You're supporting Walt B and your boy Dr. Donta.
Absolutely.
You ain't got nothing to lose. You ain't got nothing to lose. So what's your show about, man? What you gonna talk about?
So we'll be talking about dating. Okay. Dating has really changed in the new millennium. We're living in a post-pandemic world. You have different things that you have to take into consideration,
right,
such as social distancing. Online dating has really become a thing. So, quick story. I promise I won't belabor you too long.
You got 45 minutes, bro. Go ahead.
I got married in 2000 and then I got a divorce in 2000. Now, when I got married, when I got married, online dating was like in its infancy stages. It wasn't really a thing. But then now I'm out here in this world and I'm like, really? That might be one of the only ways to meet somebody with some sense. And it's challenging for me. So what we do is we come and we just explore different things about dating. I want to be very clear. We're not talking about marriage. You know, if you want to get your marriage advice, you got to go talk to somebody else. But really, we're just coming together and just sharing our experiences, our thoughts, our feelings about dating, and kind of what we expect out of a person, you know, and we just address different topics. You know, sometimes people have a hard time. One of my favorite topics we address currently, we talked about care versus control. And it's a very fine line. A lot of people, you think they care for you, but they're really actually just trying to subliminally and control you on the side. And so you kind of got to have your antennas up and kind of just see what's what. You know, are you really caring for me, or are you really trying to control what's going on here?
Okay. So I'm posing a question now in the chat. You know, for those watching, you know, has online dating been a win for any of you? Because I know a lot of people, you know, who've done online dating and it was like, yo, it was the best thing since sliced bread. But then I know people who did the online dating route and they was like, man, this for the birds. You know, people are frauds. No one is honest about the situation. You know, and I think online dating does have its pros and cons depending on what you're looking for and what you're trying to find. You know, so you say, did you try the online dating?
You know, I have hooked up with one person on an online site. And it wasn't Grindr or anything of that nature. You know, Facebook actually, it was not Christian mingle. I don't mingle too much with the Christians.
Mingle, that's the turn up. That's what a saint's doing to me.
I don't mingle too much with the Christians. But Facebook, actually, I don't know if they still have it. I haven't really engaged it in a while, but they used to have a dating portion or a dating section that you could actually get involved. So I hooked up with one person and it wasn't a bad experience at all. Like you said, so there's things that are lost in the translation between real life and the internet. And then you have to decide if you're okay with this person not being 100% honest about this portion of their life. Because it could just be that they didn't want to put all their business on the internet for everybody to know.
Let me ask you this question before you go. But did you put all your business on there?
I do. See.
Oh, you honest Abe. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
This is why dating for me is difficult, because I'm out here being honest. Now, I'm not one person. I don't just meet you, and the first time I meet you, I'll tell you my whole life story from A to Z. But as we get to know each other, every time we enter a new level of, you know, commitment or a new level of friendship or whatever, I'm being honest. I'm not giving you a facade. I'm trying to be honest. And a lot of times I find that it's not met with the same integrity. And that sometimes can be so I do understand you don't want to tell me everything up front, but what you are telling me, I need that to be the truth.
I mean, well, when I tried online dating, you know, many moons ago. This is back when AOL was still dial-up. I was about 6 feet tall. I had a lot of stuff going for me that wasn't accurate. But you know, you kind of scared when it comes. What's up, Kyrie Sanaj? You know, you kind of scared to put all your stuff out there. So Kyrie Sanaj, we're talking about online dating. And is online dating a hit or a miss for the majority? St. James just said online has been a cool place for me at times. Met some repeats and some one nights. I mean, you got to use it for what it's for.
Right.
You gotta go into it with the mindset of, I wasn't catfishing, Kyrie. I mean, in my mind, I am around about 6'1". Now, in reality, I'm 5'9", but I feel tall. I feel big. You know, but I think I like what St. James said. It's like when you gotta go into it knowing what you're finna get.
Right.
You know, it's like
Absolutely.
what is this? But you may actually find your Prince Charming or your Ariel mermaid that's gonna walk on land when she
The
meets
black
you.
one though.
Yeah,
The
the
black
black
one.
one. You
Yes.
might find it, but it's all about what you want it to be. But I do think that online dating has changed over the years.
Right.
You know.
And a deal breaker needs to be a deal breaker. So if I told you I'm 6 foot, because I'm nowhere near 6 feet, if I told you I'm 6 foot tall and 210 pounds, and you meet me and find out that is not the case, then I think you have the right to say, okay, this date is not happening. You're a lying piece of dookie. Can we say that on this?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I think you have the right to call me on that BS that I just fed you on the internet, you know. And I always say, why lie? Because they're going to find out the truth anyway, you know.
Well, I mean, I know me and Dana, we do this thing called "What Would You Do?" And we ask the questions. And I remember one of our questions was, let me see if I can get this right. You go out on a blind date with somebody, or a date with someone that you met online or whatnot, and they're at the restaurant before you get to the restaurant, and they're sitting down, and then you sit down. Y'all have a wonderful conversation, wonderful meal, everything. And when it's time to leave the restaurant, your date tells the hostess, "Can you please bring me my wheelchair?" The person can't walk. Now is that something that you share, on your profile? I'm this, and this. Oh, by the way, I'm in a wheelchair or I can't walk. What would I do? Thank you, Kwame. Pyro's always ready. Is that a deal breaker? I mean, something like that. Should they have to tell you that they have a disability?
You can at least tell me you have a disability. I'm disabled. Something, put the little sign in the corner of your little profile picture, the little blue thing. Something.
Put a handicap placard on your profile.
Something needs to, in my opinion, because for me, I think that's something you should definitely put out there. Yes.
Oh, okay.
If I'm going to tell you that I'm overweight, then you need to tell me that you roll in a wheelchair, period. Otherwise, we can both be Idris Eldris and however you say his name, and whoever else you think is sexy.
Sean, you ain't gotta say you're paraplegic. I mean, they had a paraplegic. It's just like that little situation from the waist down. They can't. Well, I guess that is a paraplegic because a quadriplegic was when you just can't move at all. So I mean,
right.
All right. So Billy said, not horrible experience. I'm just getting back into the game and need to learn how to date in this virtual world.
Yeah,
Billy, I get it. If you
right.
are a particular age or era, and you're not used to all this social technology ways of meeting people, because even and I'm not sure if you can relate to this, Walt, because I don't know if you still go out to clubs and whatnot. I was at a I was at a wedding reception last weekend, and I was talking to some older people, and they're like, "Yo, I can't wait till the music starts. We can get out there and just turn up." And I'm like, "Man, nowadays folks be on their phone the whole time. They on the dance floor on their phone."
Okay.
They own their phone. Back in my day, you go to the club to dance. You go to the club to party. And if you happen to meet somebody, you write your phone number on a napkin and you hope they don't lose the napkin. Or when you get the napkin, you hope you don't wash your pants that got the napkin in it, that type of stuff. But nowadays, I'm noticing people are going out. They're going out to meet people, but they're spending the majority of their time talking to people that ain't there. That means they're texting, they're on FaceTime,
on social media.
They got a broadcast where they're at. And it's like you went out to the club to mix and mingle in person with people, but the whole time you there, I'm at the club, or what you doing, wish you was here. And what part of the game is that?
Well, so a lot of people that do that is trying to prove something to somebody else. They probably got an ex they just broke up with, and they just trying to show them, you didn't stop nothing. I'm still bad and I still got it. Yeah. But at the club, when I go, I don't go often, because I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost.
Right.
At least on Sundays. But
Official is right. Official is
actual footage of me shouting. Actual footage of me shouting. So when I'm at the club, yes, people are on their phone because phones are a big part of us connecting. So if you meet somebody you're really vibing with, you give them your phone. They put their number in your phone.
But when you going live, when you are out at a function and you spend your whole time texting people who are not there,
that's
giving them updates, what's here and yada yada. Why do people spend all their time talking to folks that ain't there? You should just stay at home with them people.
That's because they're trying to prove something to somebody. Like
they're not social. They have no social skills.
Right. Okay.
They scared of people.
Phones and social media have definitely crippled us when it comes to live in person being social with one another. You know, having a conversation, looking people in the eye, being responsive, listening and being responsive. You know, you can kind of fake that via text message. But you can't. But
that's what these comments are saying.
Okay, absolutely.
Kyrie said, "If it's house music, I'm dancing only." So Kyrie, let's unpack this. Let's unpack this. Are you talking about Chicago house, New York house, or DC house? Because all of them got different kind of vibes. Chicago, swear for God, they got the best house music, but New York goes the bat for their house music. So I mean, what kind of house we talking about, Kyrie?
Y'all schooling me tonight.
Right. And then Sean said maybe the club be whack. Sean, me and you have clubbed before. We have gone to the Savoy on more than one occasion for Taco Tuesday, Sean. So you already know if we up in the club and they put on blow the whistle, we blowing whistles and we out there and having a good time. You'd be irritated if I was dancing with you and the whole time we dancing, I'm looking at my phone or I'm doing all that. You'd be irritated.
Period.
What's up, Cuzzo? My Cuzzo, the star is at work right now listening to the show. Cuzzo, I love you. Put the show on speakerphone. Let other folks get blessed by this phenomenal experience, Cuzzo. Make it happen. Make it happen. Cuzzo, we're talking about online dating. Online dating. So, Cuzzo, has online dating been a hit or a miss for you? Or is it something that you just choose not to do because you just can't figure it all out? Walt B said it's a little too much for him right now, but then Walt B don't go to the club. So Walt B finds all of his people up in the church house. He goes to the church.
That's the only reason why I go.
Right, and puts his number in the offering plate.
That's
and whenever Usher picks it out, then that's Walt B. That's how we do that. That's how we do that.
I meet my people at the grocery store because I don't go to church no more.
Grocery store or laundromat. Laundromat
That's it.
is an ideal place to meet somebody because you can also see what kind of laundry they wear. The laundromat is great. Because you have been folding your clothes next to somebody that you was kind of crushing on in laundromat, and you look over and you see the brand of underwear they wear or the brand of lingerie they wearing and whatnot. First of all, if she got high-end lingerie, it ain't going in the washing machine. Her delicates needs to be washed gently at home and cared for. You don't just drop that stuff and just put it with everything else with your jeans and whatnot, pour that tide on it, from what I understand. But the laundromat is a wonderful place because you can see how hygienic a person is. You can see how they wash their clothes. Are they the top shelf laundry detergent?
Kwame said bye.
I'm just saying, right. Come on. Kyrie understands it. If he uses Sun detergent, it's a deal breaker.
For me, definitely.
Detergent costs $2. Your clothes ain't clean. Your clothes ain't clean. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Sun is rock.
And do they have enough money to dry their clothes? Or do they just let them go through that one-time run and say, well, they dry enough, I'll lay them on the floor on the bed at home and let them air dry? What? Really? That's what we're doing?
I kind of feel like you are familiar with the struggle.
I'm just saying.
You are definitely naming some things that I've had to do in the past. I don't have to do them now, but I've had to do them in the past.
Sharitha Johnson made a good point. Are there whites? White.
Back to I didn't want to jump in, but when you was talking about draws and delicates, I'm just like, after they've been washed, If the doo-doo stain is still there, then actually, let me
if you're shaking out the drawers and you see that it's kind of beige,
right?
Those should be white.
Right.
They don't know nothing about no Clorox, no bleach, no nothing. It's just wash everything. If they ain't separated no colors from whites,
that's a deal breaker too. That's a deal breaker.
Man. Come on. Now my cousin LaStar just said something real funny. Real funny. I asked her about the online virtual dating, and she said the dudes keep saying my wife died from cancer and I'm raising my child while in Iraq.
Wait.
So she getting the scammers. She getting the scammers.
Definitely.
So can you Cash App me some money, or can you Zelle me some money? Yada yada yada.
But see, to me that would end the conversation right there.
Back in the game, cuzzo.
That would be a deal breaker right there. If you're talking about Zelling and Cash Apping anything before we actually meet in person,
right?
It's not a good sign,
right? Mm-hmm. And then that's a good thing too. What's up, cuzzo Keisha? What it do? What it do? What it do? And then Chris Neal said, "I want to date someone who has a washer." Period. So I understand everybody's on different tiers of life. Right. So I'm not gonna judge. If you don't have a washer and dryer in your home, I'm not judging. As long as you washing, as long as you are washing something wash. That's all I say. That's all I want to date. But Sean Degree made a good point. If all you got are tidy whities, my bruh, you got to diversify that underwear collection. You got to diversify. You got to have a different draws for different situations. You know, some tires require the boxer brief. Some require the brief. You know, you gotta have variations. We need some different colors up in that underwear drawer. You know, just right. Be diverse. Don't be scared of the colors, bro. Don't be scared of colors.
Period.
All the drawers can't be white. If they all white, we got an issue. We got an issue.
And since we're talking about online dating, I want to encourage those of you watching. Don't be scared to take pictures in those drawers and post them, because then you have. Did I take it too far, Donta? Did I take it
didn't last on my show. We left. We were doing real good.
Okay.
Real good. Keeping it wholesome and holy. But
God, wholesome.
Shots and whatnot. Let me see how you're looking in them drawers or in that lingerie.
That's all I'm saying.
On, ladies, and pose. Let's see what you got. Let's see what's going on. You know, make it look right.
Right.
But I want to go back to what LaStar said. LaStar talking about Kyrie. You'd be amazed. LaStar talked about dudes that ask for money or got a problem.
Right.
Walt, you talked about that too.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know in the dating game, you may meet that person that's a little down on their luck.
Right.
You know, how long would you date someone before you feel they should be comfortable enough to ask you for money?
That's a hard question, because I feel like it's at least a few months. If I can't question you about how you are spending your money, if we're not close enough for that, then we're not close enough for you to be asking me to borrow no money. Because after so many times, I'm going to be asking like, how much do you make it work? And why are you always broke? And I need you not to be offended by me asking you that.
So then you become a financial consultant.
Sometimes it has to be. Sometimes that has to be.
But would you give them money?
You know,
I'm all about. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Chew on that, because a piece of you sound like you said, yeah. So y'all know who to go to, right? Virtually. Hey boo, I love you in that lime green blouse you got on. Oh my God, I love them glasses. Oh, your bracelets. Yo, listen, I'm a little down on my luck. Can you just so we're gonna come back and revisit that. Y'all think about that. How long would you date somebody before you start giving them money? Kwame, take us on out. y'all. Welcome back to the second half of the Dante Show. Special guest is Walt B. Walt B is a new family member of the Pyro Media Network. Walt has a show kicking off next Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Pyro Media Network. Walt is going to talk about dating, relationships, and all that kind of stuff. And that drove us to tonight's conversation. So, Walt B, before we left, I asked the question, how long would you date someone before you gave them money? And of course, the comments lit up. You know, people was like, well, whoa, wait a minute. What's good? So let's do these comments real quick while you chew on your answer a little bit more.
Okay, absolutely. Right. Yes.
Tyrese Naj said, if you ask me for money within the first 12 months, I'm deleting and blocking you. So
I love it. I love Kyrie.
So Kyrie is done. Paul Star said, I'm not giving any money unless we've been together for a year. Okay, so we got this 12-month thing going.
Okay.
It seems to be going. Sean Degree Hill said, if it's an amount that I'm not going to trip over getting back, then yeah. But if you asking for anything over $20, then it's a hell no.
Yes.
Hell no. And then Chris Neal over there on YouTube said, committed, married, cohabitation. We can go Dutch, but borrow, why? What are we borrowing for? You know, and then St. James over there on YouTube said, it depends on what the situation is. Well, St. James, a good situation, you know, like my cousin said, is, you know, his baby mama died, our baby mama died, and he's raising the child, or she's raising the child all on her own, and she doesn't have any money for milk and formula and whatnot. So can you please just spare $1 or $2 so I can take care of my infant child, please?
So for me, when stories get too sympathetic like that, then I'll be like, let me go to the store and pick up some formula for your baby. let me meet the need, right? When it gets too like, wait, now hold on now, but like if we've been kicking it for a while, we're dating, you know, for a while, and you're running up short. Now, if this is a one-time deal, cool. I might, depending on what's said and how close we are and how we're vibing, I may lend you some money. But if this is a repetitive thing, let me go ahead on and tell myself, when I was younger, much younger, I have been used before because I was, you know, gullible, you know, so I would cake somebody off. But now, a more mature Walter, I'm definitely going to have questions, especially if it's a repetitive thing. And again, if we're not close enough to actually discuss your finances, then I'm probably not going to want to keep contributing.
Okay. And clearly others on social media, they're very savage right now. I mean, Tyrese said, where's the grandma? You know, these kids, you know. Sean DeGree said it's called WIC and food stamps. It's
I don't like these people
out there for you. I'm not the county. Kyrie says they need it for Tina. And for those who may not know, Tina is slang for crystal methamphetamine. So Kyrie, you know, use a hype. You out there on that stuff. No, I'm not feeding your habit. And I think those are good points. But like you said, Walt, if we're not in a position where I can ask you what's up with your money, why you always broke, what's going on, then I don't think you should be asking me for anything. But I will say that sometimes fellas get the short end of the stick because a lot of guys are raised up to believe that we are supposed to be the breadwinner. We're supposed to be that person. We're supposed to make sure that the woman is taken full care of. And sometimes if she come asking for money, you looking like, well, this is a female. I'm the man. And man, okay. You know, she already clowned me because I got to go to the laundromat because I ain't got no washing machine in my house. She clowned me for that. You know, she clowned for this. So I guess I got to be there for her. And a lot of dudes, they get done over by females and we call them simps, but they get done over by females because we have been taught, some of us, that if a woman is in need, we should be there helping her.
You know, I feel like you take that role when you get married. Until then, we are two individual adults. And you need to be able to handle your candle. and I definitely need to be able to handle mine as well. Until the two shall become one.
But when you think about it, they may not be flat out asking for money, but what if you're always the one footing the bill when you go on a date and whatnot? Fellas get caught up like this all the time because some women never open their pocketbook ever. They refuse. If they're out on a date with a man, they like, I'm not paying for nothing. I refuse. So is that kind of borrowing money? And Shantae is here, and I'll never forget this story. Me and Shantae we was driving back home from this event that we did. If you don't know Shantae Alexander is the owner of Miss Forbidden Kiss. She does sex parties, sells sex toys, all kinds of stuff.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
And if you ever want to have a party that has the strippers, the dancers, the massagers, and all that kind of stuff, get with Shantae. If you need spice in your bedroom, Shantae will give you every single device and fixation you need to take your love to the next level. Shantae Alexander is a beast. What, Walt? You feeling some kind of way about that?
No. I definitely want to connect with Shantae because I think her ministry will bless my whole entire universe.
Everything. So we were leaving this event that we was doing on Orange County. We was driving home, and we always share stories. And Shantae was telling me the story. And Shantae, you remember this story? Shantae was telling me the story about this guy that she was dating. And the dude called Shantae and asked her for some money. When I tell you, I laughed for almost a half hour at how she responded to this poor brother in time of need. And she was basically like, I am never an option when it comes to giving a man money. I will never do that. She was like, don't ever call me again. It's like, I was like, Shantae. And she was like, I don't give men money. I just don't do it. And if a man calls me asking for money, she was sorely offended. And it was the funniest story because the way she broke it down and the way her face
I'm the wrong person to ask for money.
Got to be kidding me. So ladies, I'm wondering if you are dating a guy and he is hard on his luck, he's between a rock and a hard place. Do you step in and help out your boo thing? Do you step in and open your pocketbook and say, Daddy, I'm here for you and I got you? Come on, Shantae. Be confident, sis. What's up for the girls? What's up for the big girls? So, ladies, is there a time when you ever come out your wallet, come out your pocketbook and say, I got you? It's nothing. Walt B, what do you think about that? Do you think women should step up and pay more?
So I think that's all. This is something we would discuss because I think this is something that needs to be talked about. This should definitely be established before y'all call yourself dating. Period.
How you establish that? You don't put on your profile, I'm broke.
So I don't mean for the first date.
Score is 375. You don't put that on your profile. You don't put on your profile, I'm 6'3", dimples, muscular build, low credit score, no job, no income, no money. They don't put that on their income, they profile when you date.
So, but after we have met and we have been talking for a while, this stuff should be established. I'm saying, like, it should definitely be talked about. If I'm expected to pay for everything, I need to have that understanding early on. I'm saying, like, and if this is something where you're expected to pay sometimes, then I think that needs to be established.
But think about it. Who is ever gonna go on a date, and by the third date, they sitting there and they say, I'm never going to pay for anything when we go out, right? Nobody ever says that. Nobody says that.
Yes,
no woman has ever sat down on a date with a man and said, just so we clear, bruh, I'm never going to pay when we go out. I'm never going to do that.
So, but this is why when you're on the phone, you have these conversations like, hey, like, I don't know.
What's your credit score?
Hey, do you ever pay for, like, do you ever buy dinner? No, I'm just playing. That's actually a horrible way of bringing it up. I mean, like,
if I gotta pay, that's
right.
it. We ain't doing nothing else.
Do you ever treat, like, do we ever go Dutch? Like, I mean, it's different ways. You know who you're dating. Have that conversation. Like, am I expected to pay for all the dates? And I think you can get a vibe.
Ask the person that.
I damn sure would. I damn see. and I can keep a person for a long time. I just like clarity. Like, what's expected of me? Tell me what I'm expected to do. That way I know if I want to stay here and continue to do this. Just like Shantae, I'm fat and cocky. Like,
let me see what the comments is giving. Right. So Bruce Batson said, I'm gonna speak on behalf of my sister. She ain't here, but the answer is hell no. She will not do it. She ain't coming out her pocketbook. She ain't coming pocketbook. Krishan said, which had me tickled when I said if he's in a rock and a hard place, Sean said he's gonna be stuck in that hard place and that rock. She's not helping him out of that situation. You know, let me see. We got Shantae said, I gotta pay, nothing else happened. Basically, we ain't doing nothing else. We gonna eat and I'm going home, or I'm going to the next dude's house. You know, Sean said the man should know this already, and if I feel like I'm treating, then I'll let you know. So basically,
okay,
how we talk about these gender roles, you know, in society, in heteronormativity, basically it is assumed that the man is always going to pay for the date.
How does that work with two dudes?
Right. And women go on these dates under the assumption that this man is going to pay. Because can you imagine sitting there and the dude is like, all right, we had a great meal, great conversation. I'm really rocking with you. We going half on this, right? Most women would be offended and never go out with that guy again. It'll be kind of like, how dare you not pay for this meal? He like, yo, this is our first date. I don't know you like that. I'm not gonna waste all my money on something that may not go nowhere. So no, until we establish, I'm not doing it. So until we establish ourselves as a couple, we gonna go Dutch until then. Then when you are my woman or my man, then I'll foot the bill the whole nine. But first and second dates, I don't know you. No, you're not gonna get over on me.
But I'm saying, like, if this is why conversations are important, because if somebody came at me with that energy, we never would have made it to the restaurant.
Then so be it. Because I'm gonna eat regardless.
Right.
I'm gonna eat regardless. I'm gonna eat. I can cover myself. I can pay for me. But I just want to go out with you to get to know you. And if because we going out on this date, now I gotta open up my wallet and foot the whole bill. What if I don't like you?
This is why in real life, I started inviting people to Starbucks. For the first meetup, like, let's just go to Starbucks and see if I even like you first off.
And then when you do that, the person gonna call you cheap.
I don't give a damn.
Can you believe that mofo took me to Starbucks on our first date? I'm worth more than Starbucks. Are you really? I don't know that.
Right. We'll get to know. I'll know after this first meet and greet how this is gonna work. Like.
So Shantae said, it's not getting over. It's getting to know me. And you never know. I might feel spicy after dinner. Come on, sis, depending on if it's lobster and steak and whatnot, yes. But if I take you to Astro Burger, you're not going to be feeling spicy, right? Because it's a cheap date.
She's mild. You're going to be mild.
You're only going to feel spicy if I'm coming out with top shelf everything. So basically, I'm paying for it, right? I'm paying for it. So if I'm paying for it, then what does that mean? What does that mean? Let's call a thing a thing. Because I know a lot of serial daters. There's people out there, they create these elaborate profiles, you know, and they lure all these people in, and they got dates lined up. Everybody asking me out. And if you ask me out, that means what? You're taking me out. I ain't got to pay. So I've never come out of pocket, but I've eaten at high-end restaurants for the last 2 weeks because everybody's asking me out. That's what women do. A woman don't even like you, but she'll go out to eat with you because she's hungry. She's hungry. That's it. She's hungry. I don't like this dude, but I'm hungry. So I'm going to take me out to eat. And then Dante the simp takes you out to eat. I done use all my credit cards to get you full and happy. And then I'll call you next week when you hungry again.
And you don't even get no nookie.
I see you.
Mm-mm.
I see you. So you're right, Walt. You're right. On that first date, we should establish some rules. So listen, moving forward, if there's a second date, you know you're going half, right?
Period.
We clear?
Period. This is why I go in real life. I go to Starbucks. Like, hey, let's just meet up at Starbucks. You know, there's always the option if Starbucks goes extremely well. Let's go get some. You know, let's move on to another spot. But then there's always, you know, if Starbucks is, you know, whatever, then okay. Well, you know what? Thank you for your services. They're no longer needed.
So Chris said, listen, I heard him on the phone say, damn, this coffee's expensive. Before he hung up, asking for my drink. Well, don't do Starbucks. 7-Eleven has a wonderful brew. Just
I don't even like you.
Get some Starbucks, get some nachos. You can make the cheese right there, get a little hot dog, and sit in the car and have intimate conversations. Have a quaint little discussion in the car, get to know the person over some 7-Eleven coffee. They got the little chicken sticks at 7-Eleven. You can make it, you can see what their worth is. And it's like, yo, we can level up to the next level, but we're gonna start small. Because if I start up here, you're gonna want to stay up here.
That's a little too low.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Shantae said he needs to pay for her company. That's a geisha. So now you're a geisha. So you're a kabuki. You're just a geisha. So you're just walking around because now I'm paying for your company. Really?
Hey, so how do y'all suggest?
So how do a relationship start? I think a relationship really starts with communication. I think it really boils down to before we even do all this high-end dating and trying to impress, there should be communication first. If we can't talk on the phone, if we can't get to know each other before we go out to meet, then that's problematic. I believe in having those long phone conversations where you just like, oh my God, I don't want to hang up, but I know I got to hang up. I think we rush into the dating part too quickly.
Right.
We rush to impress that other person. We like make these reservations with these strangers. And it's like you're doing too much too soon. Get to know the person's vibe. Because a lot of times we mess up and we take people out to places that they don't even want to go to because we're trying to impress them and haven't gotten to know them.
Period.
You know, we ain't got to. I remember when me and Eddie started dating, our first date was at a concert, but we had been talking for almost a year and a half, had never met. We never we never met each other.
So how were y'all talking via text message?
MySpace. We met on MySpace. We talked for almost 2 years on MySpace.
Good deal.
And then our first date, we went to a concert because we both love music. We'd already established we both love music.
Right.
And you want to know where our fun times were, where we have our most memories? 7-Eleven. So y'all think I'm joking. Eddie lived in the valley, and he lived right across the street from a 7-Eleven. And we'd be up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning watching movies. Wasn't nothing open. We put on some flip-flops and run across the street to 7-Eleven, and we get some nachos, and we get a tiki punch, and he had orange sherbet, and we make nachos and orange sherbet floats at like 2 in the morning because we didn't want to go to sleep because we love just being with each other. So y'all was laughing at 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven has history for me and Eddie. And our first anniversary, when I walked in the house, Eddie had some 7-Eleven nachos on the table, and I almost cried because it was just so emotional. It's about building memories.
This is low key, like
impressed so soon. Build memories with this person.
I'm low key want to meet. I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven after this. Like,
I'm saying.
Wait a minute. I'm all for loving a person, but if you ever cry like that with me, consider yourself single. I'm sorry.
And then go to the 7-Eleven next to the laundromat. So, y'all, listen, WaltB has a show coming to Pyro Media next Monday at 7 p.m. Let's check out this promo clip. We want to support Walt as best as possible. Here we go, y'all. Ba-da-bow. So listen, y'all, make sure to check out Walt B next Monday night, 7 p.m. right here on Pyro Media Network. Walt, I don't know if you're going to have guests on your show, but you got to get Shantae on your show. You got to get
Absolutely.
Shantae
Yes.
was actually one of my first guests when I did my podcast. When I first started my podcast, man, like 5 years ago, Shantae was one of my first guests. And I have been rocking with Shantae. I've been knowing Shantae almost over 20 years. We used to work together, but her sex toy line, I mean, everything that she does for relationships and whatnot, she'll be a phenomenal guest to have on your show. So I'm just saying. So, and then Walt, you on something else this week, right? Are you doing Pyro Power Hour this week?
Yes, I'll be on the Pyro Power Hour this week with Kai and Kwame.
I was like, what? You know who's gonna be on there? Welcome to Pyro.
Yes, I cannot wait to be there in that space with them.
Most definitely. Put that up one more time. When is it? Is this Friday? This Friday, yes, Pyro Friday. Power Hour. This Friday at, I think it's at 10 o'clock in the morning.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. right here on Pyro Media Network. Yo, we're gonna wrap up tonight. So give it up for Walt B. Give it for Walt B. Get them comments and give Walt his kudos, give him his flowers, give him his rose, his candy, give him all that kind of stuff. Walt, you were a phenomenal guest. I love your energy. Thank you for keeping the conversation going. Yo, so how else can they find you? Facebook, Instagram, what you got?
All social media platforms, you can find me at WaltBConnection. Especially on YouTube, WaltBConnection, youtube.com/WaltBConnection. You can find me and find all my content. Oh, and the background music behind that promo, that's my latest single. It's called Sex in the Rain. You should go to Spotify and listen to it. Walter Bernard.
Oh, so Walter writes explicit lyrics and plays erotic content. So you're going to love and your show's coming on in the daytime. You should have an after-hour show. I mean,
evening.
You should have an after-hour show. You need like an 11 p.m. show. So folks can get greasy with the Walt B.
I like it. Greasy.
Get greasy with Walt Beezy. I mean, I need the tagline. Billy Batson, thank you for checking out the Donta Show on tonight. If this is your first time watching, thank you so much. Yo, make sure to subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/Donta Morrison. I appreciate you. Follow your boy on Instagram, Donta_Morrison over there on the IG. I keep it all simple. Donta Morrison. It's easy peasy breezy to find me. Village, you know I rock with y'all. I love you so much. Thank you for just riding with me for the last few years as I've done the Donta Show. And Pyro, you know you fam bam. Pyro Media Network. Shout out to Kwame Corbett, the man behind the scenes. And Walt B, we're going to rock with you next Monday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Y'all be safe this week. Be safe the remainder of the week. Keep looking up. Like I said, top of the show, keep looking up because you are still here. Keep looking up and you're here for a reason and a purpose. So I will see all of y'all next Monday right here, Facebook Live and YouTube at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sleep well, get some rest. I love you. Good night.
All right. Good night.